the face of Evektor here in the U.S.? Because every air show I go, there you are.
Dave, I try to be out here for everybody and at every air show that I can be, especially on the East Coast and all the main air shows. We have a ball with just showing off the product, and we've got dealers on the East Coast, West Coast. I'm right in the Midwest, so I get to see everything.
Now, how long have you been doing this now?
I've been in the business actually since 2008. I really got more active from 2009 forward.
Now, you didn't just all of a sudden get out of bed one morning and say, hey, listen, I'm going to go and start my own business in a flight environment here. How did you get the bug to do what you're doing?
I've always had a bug to fly. I love flying. Have really got into it when the light sport came out. I was the very first, or one of the very first pilots in Ohio that got their light sport rating. I learned in an old 1946 Champ and also flew a 46 Cub. The rules at that airport were that I could rent and use the aircraft, but I had to land back at that home airport because neither of them had an electrical system. So you had to be hand propped, so you had to be where someone was trained and could hand prop you. Well, that's somewhat limiting, so I started looking around, and the only way I could make this really fit for me personally, with a couple kids in college and all the demands of that, was to turn it into a business. And so I got involved in the aviation community with light sports, started shopping, went through several different models, looking for the right airplane that could be a great trainer and have a lot of fun with, and that's where I ended up with the Evektor.
Now, what is so special about Evektor? I mean, they've been here. I think they were the first on the list as far as light sport goes.
Right, Dave. We were the very first that was certificated in the U.S. So we've been in the product line a long time. In fact, Evektor's been in business for over 40 years. We've got nearly 1,400 aircraft worldwide in 40 different countries under 40 different type certificates.
So now, the other thing I've noticed about this airplane is it's all metal construction. That must be good for the A&P mechanics and stuff that have to work on it.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. The A&Ps in the United States know how to work with metal aircraft. It's a tremendous build. A lot of people think it's a glass aircraft because of the fit and finish and the quality, but it's really all metal construction, and it's bonded and riveted throughout.
Now, when you've got this airplane, how is it coming into the United States? Are you offering them as a kit? Are they a factory-built unit? How do they come?
They're primarily a factory-built aircraft. The SLSAs are all factory-built aircraft. We do offer a quick-build 200-hour kit, but it's such a complete kit, it has to be built as an ELSA, an experimental light sport aircraft. It doesn't meet the 51% rule for a full experimental.
Now, if I'm interested in looking at an Evektor, do you have a dealer network set up that I can go in and look and talk to someone about it?
Yeah, Dave, we've got several dealers across the United States. Art Tirola at AB Flight, and it covers the eastern United States. I cover the Midwest with Dreams Come True Aviation. We've got Sunrise Aviation out in California. We've also got service centers in Sarasota, Florida, and in Texas. So we've got a good coverage for you that provides for people to come, get training, experience the aircraft, do demonstration flights, and then purchase and get support. I stock parts for all of North America and South America, so you're well supported both from a flight school standpoint and a private owner.
Now, we've got one of these airplanes now, and we're looking at it. What kind of engine are we powering it with?
We have several choices of engine, all of them within the Rotax line. The most common engine for us is the 912 ULS, the regularly aspirated 100 horse Rotax. And then we also have the 912 IS available, which is the most popular option right now, which is the fuel injected version of the 912. If you're in a mountainous area, we offer the 914 as well, which is a turbocharged, but that really isn't applicable to most of our areas, which are lowland flat areas, so you don't get the significant benefit, because in the U.S. we don't use in-flight adjustable propellers on our sport aircraft.
Someone has one of these airplanes and it's powered by the 912. What kind of performance can they expect out of the airplane?
It depends on which of our two LSA aircraft, but typically you're going to see us very close up to the maximum numbers of the 120 knot cruise. maximum continuous cruise at sea level, which is the limitation of the light sport. You're going to see climbs between 9 and 1,100 feet per minute coming off of most airports.
And if you want to do cross-country flight, is there room for baggage, and what kind of fuel would the passenger be held for?
Sure. All of our aircraft have a baggage compartment behind the seats, our primary baggage, and that holds 55 pounds. Is rated to 55 pounds. The aircraft holds 31 gallons usable fuel, so you've got very long legs available, so you can go out and fly for the weekend and come back. Typically, you're burning between 4.5 and 5.5 gallons.
What about control system? I'm a conventional pilot. I'm looking at getting into one of those airplanes. Is there going to be a lot of transition for me to get used to it?
When you're transitioning into the light sport, is you're dealing with very light aircraft, so you have to get used to the transition to the fact that you don't have the mass and the penetration capability into the wind. But as far as this is a very conventional aircraft. Dan Johnson says that his comment is that this is the closest aircraft to a GA aircraft you'll find in light sport.
So if we wanted to get in touch with you to get a check ride or something like that, where would we go to find you?
Dave, the easiest place to find me is on the web at www.MidWestSportPlanes.com. That's www.MidWestSportPlanes.com. If you're calling for parts or service or support, or just want to find out more about the aircraft through telephone, it's 937-266-9303 is my direct number.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Dave.